that as soon as Jennifer returned from New York, you were going to sit down and have a long, honest talk with her and tell her about us. And if that's your solution, I can't deal with it.
It is the only solution that will ensure our future together.
Don't you understand? I cannot base my future happiness on my mother's misery. It would just destroy anything we might have together.
I understand what you're feeling, and I love you for it. But eventually the guilt will disappear, and then we'll be able to find happiness together.
I don't believe that.
Amanda, I'm sorry I have to do this to you. I really am. But it's the only way left now.
Guilt is unhealthy, and you only make it worse by running to Sarah McIntyre to reinforce it instead of turning to me. Amanda, I can help you much more than Sarah can.
You'll risk losing everything you care about.
Doesn't really matter now.
Of course it matters. Morgan matters, your family
Don't you
matters.
understand that for the first time in my life, I really know what I want, without any confusion or secrecy? I just want to be there for you. I think together we can claim what the Spauldings took away from you. Please, Mark, please let me help.
Amanda, if I thought that there was a remote possibility that we could prove that I'm right, I would beg you for your help. But I will not ask you to change your life and go through upside-down motions in your life on a hope and a prayer.
Not a hope to me. It's your right. Mark, it's your inherited right.
I know that. You know that. But the reality is I cannot legally prove it. And I doubt very much whether I'll ever be able to make anybody believe what happened to my family.
Not if I agree to accept that incompetent public defender you've dug up for me.
Well, let's put it this way. You killed your lawyer, so we had no choice. Had to find another one.
I want to talk to Amanda.
Yes, I bet you would.
What's that supposed to mean?
Mark, I know perfectly well that you would like to coach Amanda as to what to say in her statement.
I don't have to coach her. But I would like to make sure that you don't twist her words into something that a jury could misunderstand.
You know, there's something I'm curious about in this. I mean, if you're so sure of your innocence, why are you afraid to let Amanda tell the truth?
I'm not afraid of the truth. I'm afraid of the way you might interpret it. After all, it's not easy knowing the district attorney's conducting a personal vendetta against me.
Sounds as if you're a little paranoid, Mark.
Don't play games, Ross. You'd like nothing better than to keep me in this jail.
Yes, I would. But only because you're guilty.
You're going to have to prove that.
Sam told me our marriage was no mistake. He'd planned it all very carefully. He said he'd be glad to help me. He started to put his arms around me. And suddenly I was very frightened. And before I knew what was happening, he'd maneuvered me to the edge of the cliff. And before I knew what happened, he pushed me out into the abyss.
But just so you realize the situation, I want you to know that Amanda's not just another woman.
Oh, Mark, don't,
No.
please.
I want her to know. And I want you to believe that until I met you, I never knew what it was like to really love someone. With all my heart, I never knew that.
Oh, I should have foreseen this and had the violins playing.
Was that before or after I gave you the evidence that proved that you're heir to half of Spaulding Enterprises?
Bravo, Amanda.
I don't want your praise.
I admire you for standing up to him.
Promise me one thing.
What, Mark?
always believe I loved you. I never lied about that.
I promise I'll remember. I promise.